We were talking about the Charpit's method, which is for non-linear first order PDE, to solve any PDE which is of first order and non-linear. So in Charpit method, we have four cases or four standard forms. So these four cases are the particular cases of Charpit method. Means if your given equation, means given PDE partial differential equation is in particular form, then we can skip some steps in Charpit's method. So in case one, the form which the given PD can have is the f of PQ. It should not contain x terms, it should not contain y terms, it should not contain z terms. Only p and q terms are there. Then the Charpit's method says that in case of p we can substitute a, and after substituting p is equal to a we find the value of q. So in the similar way we substitute pq values, the obtained values of p and q in that equation. Dz is equal to pdx plus qdy. Now the second case where pd does not contain x and y, means in the previous case it should not contain uh, any term of x, y and z. Only p and q are there, but in this case z may be in the given function form, given PDE, given partial differential equation, but it is independent of x and y. So no x term is there, no y term is there, only z term is there, z plus p and q terms. So if the given PDE, given partial differential equation does not contain x and y, then this is the case 2 or standard form 2. So if we apply, because this is non-linear equation and first order partial differential equation, so we can use Charpit method, because Charpit method is the generalized method. It is a general method which can solve any PDE which is of first order and non-linear. So in these are the sub cases of Charpit's method. We can skip some steps in Charpit method using these cases. Otherwise, if you don't remember, if you don't want to study these cases, so you simply use Charpit method to solve this PDE, because after all they are derived from the Charpit's differential equation. So but if you remember, so in that case we can skip some steps, we can directly go on the forward steps. How? See, so if this is a non-linear first order PDE, so we can use Charpit method to solve this equation. So if we apply Charpit method, we have to find out the Charpit auxiliary equation, which is dx over this, dy over this, dz over this. And because dp over what we have there in the denominator, del f over del x plus p del f over del z. Since this equation does not contain x terms, so del f over del x is always 0 and z is there, so these terms are there. And similarly for dq, what is there in the denominator? Del f over del y. And again, since this PD does not contain y terms, so again del f over del y, the differentiation of f with respect to y is 0, plus q del f over del z. So if we take this pair of auxiliary equations in the Charpit method, then what we get, take these fraction dp over p del f over del z, dq over q del f over del z. So this fraction comes out like this. Next, this del f over del z, this del f over del z, they can be cancelled out. So the remaining part is dp over p is equal to dq over q. Now integrate this. So this will be log p log q plus one integrating constant log a. So after applying log properties and taking anti-log, we get p is equal to aq. So log p is equal to log aq, and after taking anti-log, we get p is equal to aq. Or So this is where our required equation, or we can do one thing also, that this log a can be, because this is integrating constant, so we can add this on this side also. So in that way we can get q is equal to aq. So both are acceptable. We can use either of the equation, either p is equal to aq or q is equal to ap. Now what we do in Charpit method, once we get any relation containing pq, we use that relation with the given differential equation to find out the values of p and q in terms of x, y, z. So that is the Charpit method. So we have got one relation between p and q, and the given equation, the given differential equation is this. So substitute this value p aq in this. So what we get, z aq q is equal to 0. So overall two variables z and q. So we can solve it for q, and so we get the value of q here from this equation after taking everything on the right hand side other than q. So we can solve it for q, because p is equal to aq, so this becomes z is aq q. So solving this equation for q, getting the value of q from this equation is easy. So now we have got the value of q from here, and now again substitute this value of q, and what it will contain, this q value, because what are the terms, z aq q. So whenever you calculate q from this equation, you get q in terms of z and constant a. You will get the value of q in terms of z and a constant. So that value we will substitute again here to get the value of p in terms of az. So we have got q in terms of az, and from this equation again we have got p value in terms of az. Now we substitute these values in dz is equal to pdx plus q dy in Charpit method. So this is the Charpit method. So again, if now what we do, we integrate this equation to get our complete solution. So this is the simple process. Means so what is the benefit of what is the importance of this applying this case too? So if in this case which contains z p q uh, in the differential equation, in the partial differential equation, so directly we can jump from here to this step. We can skip these steps, and we can skip these many steps. So so what we will do, we will directly, if we know that this equation is in second form, in case 2, in standard form 2, so we can write that since this is in standard form 2, so we know from the Charpit equations that p is equal to aq. So directly we can write, we can jump from here to here. So write this directly, and using this we substitute here the value of p, getting q, and after getting q substitute that q value here to get p. Now we have got p and q, so substitute p and q in this equation to get our complete solution. So this is one possibility, so we can skip these steps. Otherwise, you do, if you don't remember that this is case 2, so you simply solve that question using Charpit's method. So what would be the difference? Difference is only that these 4-5 terms, you are simply solving this by using Charpit's equation. So all the cases are derived from Charpit equation. They are reducing some steps only. Otherwise, they are not methods. They are reducing some steps from the Charpit's method. So if you remember, skip these steps. Otherwise, you simply apply Charpit's method. And what one alternate is also there. Alternate means if you know that the given PD is in the second form, in the case 2, in the standard form 2, then we can use this substitution also to get the solution. This is also one possibility. What you have to do, you have to take one substitution like u is equal to x plus ay, and You can take either x plus ay or ax plus y, means this a can be on this side also. Clear? Ax plus y or x plus ay, both you can take as transformation. Why? Because in here also, if we are adding a here, we will get p is equal to a2. Otherwise, if we add log a to this side, because this is integrating constant, we can add here on the LHS as well as on the right hand side. So if we add log a here, what we get, q is equal to ap. So similarly, in this transformation can be used to solve this form of PD as so either you take u is equal to x plus ay or u is equal to ax plus y. Both will work, both will give our complete solution. So suppose we are taking u is equal to x plus ay, so that now what we have done, we have substituted, we have used the transformation, we are transferring the variables. So we are now the x and y are the original independent variables. Now we are using u in place of x and y. So we are making our independent variable as u. Now there is single independent variable u. Instead of two independent variables x and y, we have single independent variable u. So calculating the derivatives, how the equation will be changed, the differential equation, given partial differential equation using this transformation. So p, what is p? P is del z over del x. Now we are changing x into u. So z is function of u now. So del z over del u into del u over del x. Now what is del u over del x? Del u over del x is you are differentiating it with respect to x, so we are getting 1 plus 0. So del u over del x is 1. So what we are getting, del z over del u. And now this is we are using partial. Now we are writing it as ordinary derivative. Del z over del u, we are writing it dz over du. Why? Because initially z was function of xy, means two independent variables, so derivatives are partial. But now we have converted two independent variables into single independent variable u. So now z is a function of u only. So if there is a single independent variable, then the derivatives are ordinary, means dz over du. So we are writing del z over del u as dz over du. So what we have got, we the value of p, small p. So small p is we have got dz over du. Now again q, what is q? Q is del z over del y. Again we have changed y into u, so del z over del u into del u over del y. And what is del u over del y? From here, del u over del y is equal to 0 plus a. So del u over del y is small a. So we are getting a into del z over del u, and again because now z is a function of u only, so derivatives would be ordinary in case of partial. So del z over del u is dz over du into this a. So a dz over du. So p is equal to dz over du, q is equal to a dz over du. And if we use transformation ax plus y, so what would be the change? The change is only one thing, that this a will come here, means p would be equal to a dz over du and q would be equal to dz over du. Otherwise there is no difference. So you can use either of these transformation, either means either ax plus y or x plus ay. Both will work, both will give us our required solution. So p is equal to dz over du, q is equal to a dz over du. Now what you have to do, you have to substitute these values of p and q in equation 1, the given differential equation, which is f of z pq is equal to 0. So f of z is z, p is dz over du, q is a dz over du. Now this is one differential equation, which is what? This is ordinary differential equation. Initially it was del z over del x, del z over del y, so this was a partial differential equation. But now this is ordinary differential equation, because it contains z and ordinary derivatives dz over du. So this is an ordinary differential equation, and we know how to solve ordinary differential equation. So we know the separation method, the homogeneous method, the exact differentiation method, the linear method, the Cauchy linear method. So you have to, so if you are using this, means we have choice, either we can use this part to get our incomplete solution or this part. So if you are using this part, means this transformation, then you have to know the solution, how to get the solution of ordinary differential equation of first order, the separation method, homogeneous method, linear method, reducible to linear method, exact method. So those method you have to remember. So if you are using this procedure to solve, then you have to know the solution of ordinary differential equation. But when you solve the question, you will find that only separation method you have to remember, means all the questions can be solved by separation method to solve first order ordinary differential equation. So this is an ordinary differential equation in Z and U. Z is dependent variable, U is independent variable. So we can get the solution by solving this ordinary differential equation. How we can see by the example also. So by solving the example, we can have the idea of it, means how to solve ordinary differential equation. So find the question is find the complete solution of this following of the following PDEs. So first question is P into 3 plus Q is equal to 2QZ. Is this non-linear? This is first order because it contains the first order derivatives P, Q, Q. So all are first order derivatives. So there is no problem. Now, is this linear or non-linear? This is non-linear. Why? Because P into Q. So this term will convert it into non-linear equation. Again, Q is equal to Z. So Q is equal to Z is not a problem because in Cauchy linear, the Z may be a coefficient of Q and P. So this is not the problem. This term is not the problem. Problem is this multiplication P into Q. After multiplication 3P plus PQ. This PQ is non-linear term. So this is non-linear differential equation, non-linear partial differential equation. Now how to solve it? First we have to observe, either if you don't remember any case, you just apply Charpit method. But if you remember the cases, the standard form, so if you observe here, we have P, Q, Z. So Z, P, Q are the variables. Here we don't have any X term, we don't have any Y term. So this given PDE is independent of X and Y. यहाँ पर ना X है ना Y है, Z है, P है, Q है. So it is in the standard form case 2 or standard form 2. Function of Z PQ is equal to 0, and we know how to solve this equation. So you have to write, hence from Charpit equations we get Z is equal to, sorry, P is equal to AQ. Now substitute this. What is the next step? Substitute this P in the given equation. So substitute P is equal to AQ in equation 1, means given differential equation. So P 3 plus Q. So P is AQ. AQ 3 plus Q is equal to 2QZ. Now we have to get the value of Q from here. So solving this for Q, Q is cancelled by this Q. So remaining part is this. Next 3 plus Q is equal to 2Z by A. Next Q is equal to 2Z by A minus 3. So Q is 2Z minus 3A by A after taking LCM. So Q, we have got Q in terms of Z and A. So this is our Q value. Now what is P? Because P, again we have to calculate P in terms of the variables, not in terms of derivative. P is equal to AQ will not help us in integration. So Q is this. Now substitute this Q in this relation. P is equal to AQ. So what we get, P is equal to AQ. So P is equal to A into Q value. So after solving, what we get, P is equal to 2Z minus 3A. So we have got the values of P or P and Q in terms of Z and constant. Now substituting these values in the dz is equal to p dx plus q dy. So dz is dz, p is 2z minus 3a into dx, q is 2z minus 3a upon a into dy. Now this is not directly integrable. Why? Because I told you that with dx we must have the constant term or the x terms. Similarly for dy we must have as a coefficient the terms containing a constant or y. Then only these terms are directly integrable. Otherwise we have to make some adjustment or modification. So z term cannot be integrated with dx, this z term cannot be integrated with dy. So what we can do now, so these 2z minus 3a, 2z minus 3 is common, so taking this term as common, 2z minus 3a, what is remaining, what is left here, dx, and from here dy over a, so dy over a. So this comes, this 2z minus 3a, we can shift it to that side because this is dz. So any term in terms of z, we can integrate with dz. So keeping this on this side, so 1 upon dz upon 2z minus 3a and is equal to dx plus dy over a. So now this is integrables. This is z terms. So these are z terms with dz, dx coefficient 1 means constant, dy coefficient constant. So these can be integrated now. So what is the integration? The integration of this term left hand side, 1 upon 2z minus 3a d with respect to z. What is integration? I hope you know the integration. 1 by 2 log 2z minus 3a. How? You just substitute this as t, 2z minus 3a as t. So dz will be dt by 2. And so this will come 1 by 2 dt by t. So 1 by 2 log t and log t again 2z minus 3a. So this is the integration. Again dx, the integration of dx is x, integration of dy is y, 1 upon a is the coefficient, plus this is the integrating constant. I have written it as b dash because we have to, we always try to keep our answer in the simplest form. So otherwise you can use the b also. So because this is log term, so I will reduce this by taking anti-log. So that's why we have written v dash. So in the last we transform this in simplest form. So this 2, 1 by 2, 2 will go on this side. So 2x plus 2 by ay plus 2 v dash. Again, this is log. So taking the anti-log, so 2z minus 3a, the whatever is on the right hand side, it will come as exponent of e. So e to the power 2x plus 2a by taking the antilogs plus 2b dash. So 2z will be 3a plus something, this a e to the power 2b dash. So again z is equal to again divided by 2, so 3 by 2a, and this by divided by 2, and now we have shift this e to the power 2b dash by 2, we have assumed it as b. Otherwise you can write this answer also, there is no problem. So 3 by 2a plus b e to the power 2x plus 2a is equal to z. So this is our complete solution. Next question, z is equal to p square plus q square. Again this is in standard form too. Why? Because it has p, it has q, it has z. It is free from x and y, it is independent of x and y. So this PDE is in the form of function of z pq. So we know that this is case 2 question, means so using Charpit method we know that p is equal to what we get, p is equal to aq. Now substitute this p is equal to aq in the given equation. So z is equal to p square, p square means aq square plus q square. So a square q square, taking q square common, a square plus 1. So q square value is z over a square plus 1. Now what is q? Taking the square root. So square root of z by square root of a square plus 1. So if this is q value, so what is p value? P is equal to aq, p is equal to a into q. So now we have got the pq value in terms of z and constant. So we can substitute these values in the dz is equal to p dx plus q dy in this equation to get the integration. So dz is equal to, this is p, a by square root a by square root of a square plus 1 square root z dx plus this is cubed square root z over divided by square root a plus 1 dy. So because again the problem is saying that this square root z cannot be integrated with dx, again this square root z cannot be integrated with dy. So keeping that term out of these terms and uh, and bringing it on the under the denominator of dz. So square root z is common, taking square root z common and bringing it on the left hand side. So dz over by dz over square root z, and again this square root of a square plus 1 is again common, so this will come on the multiplication of the left hand side. So square root a square plus 1 dz over square root z, and what is left, a dx plus here dy. So now this these terms are integrable, because with dz we have the terms with z only, and with dx we have constant, with dy we have constant, so these can be integrated. So what is the integration of dz over square root z? It is 2 square root z, adx ax dy y, and plus 1 integrating constant. I have simply now taken the taken the square of both the sides. So 4 a square plus 1 z ax plus y plus b whole square, to make our answer in the simplest form. Otherwise this answer is also okay. So this is complete solution. Now I told you that we have two options to solve standard form 2 question. One is that using the Charpit equation directly, or we can use one substitution. You remember, if you remember, this is u is equal to either x plus ay or ax plus y. Y have you can use any of the transformation, u is equal to ax plus y or u is equal to x plus ay. Why I have chosen ax plus y? Just to show you that using this transformation we can get the same answer. If you observe both of the answers, this answer and this answer, these answers are same. So just to prove you, just to show you that we get same answer, either you use this application or this method. So if you apply then the question is, how would I know that using this transformation we will get the same answer? So there is no competition that we have to get the same answer, means this one answer may be different. So if you use u is equal to x plus ay, we will get an answer like x plus ay plus b whole square. So there is no problem, that answer is also correct. So आप जो भी फॉर्म यूज कर रहे हैं वो आंसर करेक्ट है, आइदर यूज ax plus y और x plus ay. हमें कुछ प्रूफ नहीं करना है दैट कि ये आंसर आना चाहिए, ठीक है. सो now take u is equal to ax plus y, so that now we have to calculate the value of p and q. So del z over del x is equal to del z over del u over del x, and del u over del x is a here. So a dz over du, because this now z is a function of u only, so this partial derivative will will be an ordinary derivative, dz over du. Similarly, del z over del y is equal to del z over del u over del y. So del u over del y is 1. So del z over del u, again this is partial derivative, but we can write it as ordinary derivative, because that is now that is a function of u only. So what we do, we have got pq. Now substitute this value in the given differential equation. So given differential equation is z is equal to p square plus q square. So z is equal to p square, and what is p? A dz over du whole square plus q square. So q is dz over du whole square. So taking, because dz over du square is common, so dz over du square common, what is left? A square plus 1. Now what is dz over du whole square value? This z is over a square plus 1. This a square plus 1 will go under the denominator of z. So dz over du whole square is equal to z over a square plus 1. Now taking the square root, dz over du is equal to square root z divided by square root a square plus 1. So now this is ordinary differential equation. This is first order, first degree ordinary differential equation. So we have the methods like separation, homogeneous equation, linear, reducible to linear, exact differential equation. But I told you that the only separation method is enough to solve these equation, because you will solve this any type of PD in this form using the separation method. So always you can get the separation. So what is separation method? If we can separate, here we have two variables, z and u. So if we can separate the terms of z and terms of u, so we can apply the separation method. I mean, directly we can integrate. So this is dz and this is square root z. If we keep this on this side and du on this side, so separation is possible. So we can use separation method. So I have also, this is constant, so we can keep this either on this side or that side. Both are okay. So square root of a square plus 1 divided by square root z into dz is equal to du. So now taking the integration. So this integration is square root a square plus 1 is constant, so keep that as it is. Now square 1 by square root z integration is 2 square root z. Again on the right hand side it is du, so integration is u plus b, which is 1, integrating constant. Now so this is 2 square root a square plus 1 square root z plus u plus b. And what is u? U is ax plus y. So back substitute the value of u, which is ax plus y. So ax plus y plus b. So this is the same equation. Now take the square root. So 4a square plus 1 z is equal to ax plus y plus b whole square. So we are getting same answer. Or don't be worry about the same answer, because you have to get one answer only. So you don't need to compare your answer with the available one. Whatever you will calculate, that is correct answer. So if we use x plus ay, we will get different answer, but the format is same, x plus ay. Again, if we keep this on this side, we will get different answer. So there is no problem in the answers. The process must be correct. Now, there's one question also, z square plus p square q square is equal to 1. Again, this is in the standard form 2, because it has z p q. It does not it does not have x and y variables. So it does not contain any term which is x or y. So this PD is of the form a function of zpq is equal to 0. So by using Charpit method, this is in the standard form 2. So using Charpit method, I have I think means what is the purpose to write these equation? Because means if I'm saying that you can write these lines also in your process, that how to get p is equal to aq. Otherwise there is no necessity. Means this step is not mandatory. You can directly write using Charpit method, we get p is equal to aq or q is equal to ap. So here we have written here means there is no specific objective, just to elaborate one possibility. So dp over p del f over del z, dq over pq del f over del z. So we get dp over p dq over q. So by applying the integration, log p plus log a plus log q is equal to log q. So either q is equal to ap, and if we keep this log a on this side, then we get p is equal to aq. So you can use any of the form. So here I have used q is equal to ap. So substituting this q is equal to ap in the given equation, z square p square, and q square value is ap. So a square p square is equal to 1. Now calculating p square from here. So what we will get, p square value is 1 by z square into z square plus a square. So taking the square root, p is equal to 1 by z by square root z square plus a square. So this is p value in terms of z and constant. Now what is q? Q is ap. So q is equal to a into p, means this term. So now substituting these values in the this equation dz is equal to pdx plus q dy to get our complete solution. So dz is equal to p into dx, q into dy. Again, these are z terms which cannot be integrated with the dx or dy, so keeping this on the left hand side. So bringing these terms on the left hand side, these are common terms, z square root z square plus s square here, and z square root z square plus here. So keeping that on this side. So z is square root of z square plus square into dz, and what is left on the right hand side, dx plus a dy plus a dy. So now integration, so you have to integrate this. So z into square root z square plus s square, now you know means the integration. Z square plus a square, you substitute it as t, so 2z dz will be dt. So this will be dt by 2 into square root of t. So by using simple application of integration, you get this dx integration x, a dy means ay plus 1 integrating constant. So solve, simplify, just now you have to simplify this. So you will get this as your complete solution. Again, I have used another possibility by using the transformation u is equal to x plus ay, so getting pq as dz over du, a dz over du. Again, substitute these p and q value in the given equation. Now you get one ordinary differential equation, dz over du whole square is equal to something. Now taking the square root, we are getting this. Now again, I told you that the separation method will help you. So these terms, these are z terms, keeping on that side, du on this side. So by cross multiplication, what do you get? This, and this is separate. You can apply separation method. So separation means just integrate this, integrate du means u plus b, and back substitute the value of u x plus ay. So this is also answer, and if you observe, you are getting the same answer. Otherwise, if you use ax plus y, you will get ax plus y. So there is no problem, that answer is also correct. Again, I told you in the previous case also that one equation which is not in the standard form, we can make it in that particular standard form by using some substitution, and that substitution is not fixed. Is that for that you have to practice the questions. More you practice, more you get about the transformation. कोई fix rule नहीं है. The transformation varies with the question. जितने क्वेश्चन हो उतने भी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो सकते हैं, तो जितने क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो प्रैक्टिस करो. So this question is not in the standard form 2. Why? Because this contains x. So if x is not here, then we can, sorry, again y is also here. So that if to make this in a standard form 2, we have to eliminate x and y from here. Otherwise, you apply Charpit method directly. So given PD is not in the form of function of z pq is equal to 0, but we can make it in this form by using the transformation x is equal to u, e to the power u, y is equal to e to the power v. So we don't need to convert z, because z is permissible. So z is acceptable. In second form, in standard form 2 or case 2, we have z pq. So we cannot have x and y. So we have to eliminate x and y only. So we are transforming x into u, y into v, and not transforming z, because z is acceptable here. So using this transformation, what we get? Log x is equal to u and log y is equal to v. So what is p? Del z over del x. Now z is a function of x and y, and x is a function of u, y is a function of v. So del z over del x is equal to del z over del u over del x, and del u over del x is 1 by x. So xp is equal to del z over del u. This x will be multiplied on the left hand side. So xp is equal to del z over del u. Next again, del z over del y is equal to del z over del v into del v over del y, because y is a function of v now. So del v over del y is 1 over y, so y will go on the left hand side. So yq is equal to del z over del v. Now converting this means using this these transformation, we substitute in the given equation. So x qy is this, qy is del z over del v. So qy square means del z over del v square is equal to z. Z is equal z into z. Next px, and what is px? Px is del z over del u. So del z over del u. Now because now the derivatives have been transformed into new variables u and v, so small p del z over del x. Now del z over del u we assume capital P, del z over del v we assume capital Q. So this equation becomes q square is equal to z minus p. So now this is in the standard form 2, where we have z p q is equal to 0. Of course z is z, but x is u and y is v. So this equation is in z u v. So we know how to solve standard form 2. In a standard form 2, what we do, we convert u is equal to x plus y, sorry x plus ay. But there because वो जो इक्वेशन होती थी वो किस में होती थी, z x y में. सो हम ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन क्या यूज करते हैं, u इज इक्वल टू x प्लस ए वाई. बट यहाँ पर इक्वेशन क्या है, z p q, बट जो वेरिएबल्स हैं वो क्या है, z u v. So x is independent variable, y is independent variable. Here we have independent variables as u and v. So convert x into u, y into v. So u plus av is equal to, this is another variable. In that we have z x y as variable. So we take substitution, u is equal to x plus ay. Now u is the variable, u v are the variables. So this u is different. So taking this t. So t is equal to u plus av or au plus v. You can use any of the transformation. So t is equal to au plus v. We are using second possibility. I have told you that two possibilities are there. So I have used second possibility where we transform u is equal to x plus ay. But वहाँ पर variable क्या होते थे, z x y, इसलिए हम u is equal to x plus ay use करते हैं. But यहाँ जो equation standard form 2 में है, वो equation में variables क्या हैं, z u v. तो u v क्या है, इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल, z डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल है. तो हम सब्स्टिट्यूशन क्या लेंगे, a u plus v और u plus a v is equal to the next variable is fresh variable which is suppose t. So t is equal to a u plus v. So now p is equal to del z over del u. Capital P is what, del z over del u. And now the variable is t, u v both we have transformed in t. So del z over del u means del z over del t over del u. And what is del t over del u? Del t over del u is a. हमको इसको डिफरेंशिएट करना है with respect to u. So what we get, a dz over dt. Why ordinary? Because now the t is the only independent variable. So a dz over dt. Again q is what, del z over del v, and v is in terms of t now. So del z over del t over del v, and del t over del v e is 1. Differentiating this with respect to v is 1. So del z over del t and del z over del t is dz over dt because we have single independent variable. So using this these values capital P, capital Q, we substitute here. So q square means dz over dt square is equal to z minus p. P is a dz over dt. So dz over dt whole square is equal to z square minus az dz over dt, and dz over dt square plus a dz over dt minus z square is equal to 0. So this is that equation, which now this is ordinary differential equation. So we have to solve it. So how to solve this? First we have to find out the value of dz over dt here. This is quadratic equation, and dz over dt, suppose this is your x. So x square plus az x minus z square. So this is quadratic equation in x. What is x? So dz over dt is equal to formula apply कर सकते हैं, minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So the what is variable here, dz over dt. So using that formula, dz over dt is equal to minus b is minus az plus minus square root of b square z square minus 4. A is coefficient of this, means 1, and c is minus z square, so c is minus z square divided by 2a means 2 1. So solving this and simplifying this, we get minus az plus z a square plus 4 by 2. This is dz over dt. So keep z is common, so z by 2 is in z by 2 into minus a plus square root a square plus 4. This is constant. So this factor is constant. So what we got, dz over dt is equal to this. So now separation is possible because we can keep or bring this z to this side and dt to this side, and this is constant, so separation is possible. So z by 2 when comes to this side, it becomes 2 by z dz is equal to something into dt. So in separation method, what we do, we take the integration. So this is 2 log z is equal to coefficient into dt. This is constant, so keeping this as constant dt, the integration is t, and again this is integrating constant b dash. So now simplify this. So 2 log z is equal to, now substituting the value of t. T is what, au plus v. Again, what is because we have two transformation here. First we converted x y into uv, then converted uv into t. So first we substitute t as au plus v. Now u is log x, v is log y. So this is our final solution in terms of original variable x, y, z. Now just I have simplified it, nothing else. So the constant term we have kept here. A log x plus log y becomes log x square, log x to the power ay plus log v, means I have taken this as b, so this is suppose log b. This comes to the power of z by the log property, m log n is equal to log m to the power n. So z to the power this, by now taking the anti-log. So z is to the power something is equal to b into x to the power a y. So this is our complete solution. So this is about the case 2, जहाँ पर z हो सकता है, p हो सकता है, q हो सकता है. तो हम डायरेक्ट चार्पेट मेथड से हमें क्या मिलता है, p इज इक्वल टू ए क्यू या q इज इक्वल टू ए पी. दोनों में से कोई भी एक यूज करके हम वापस डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन में सब्स्टिट्यूट करते हैं, तो हमें p और q की वैल्यू मिलती है इन टर्म्स ऑफ z एंड कांस्टेंट. फिर हम dz इज इक्वल टू पी डी एक्स प्लस क्यू डी वाई में सब्स्टिट्यूट करते हैं और इंटीग्रेट करते हैं. वही हमारा सोल्यूशन है. हमारे पास एक और पॉसिबिलिटी है इस केस में कि हम u इज इक्वल टू एक्स प्लस ए वाई या x u इज इक्वल टू ए एक्स प्लस वाई, दोनों ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन यूज करके भी उस इक्वेशन को ऑर्डिनरी डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन में कन्वर्ट करते हैं और इंटीग्रेट कर देते हैं, उससे भी सॉल्यूशन मिल जाता है. So next case 3rd we will discuss in the next lecture.